So 40. Right?
40 walks,
We haven't published 40 yet at this point. We're about to.
Down to it.
That's crazy. It's funny now I see people who ask me, can I walk with you? And the answer isn't no, but we said 50.
Yeah, maybe not yet.
Yeah, chapter 2.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll get to season 2.
A couple weeks ago, you told me I needed to listen to Malcolm Gladwell.
I like how he has changed what the audiobook space is, and controversial or not, I tend to like how he examines things and the different lens that he looks at stuff that we feel like is already decided.
So it has infiltrated these walks. This one, I'm not really sure where this video posts. The one we just listened to starts with this little story about the Kennedy baby. And I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't been listening to Malcolm Gladwell. Then I got into revisionist history because I had to keep hearing it. I listened to his encore, King of Tears, and I had to have Vince Gill's song. Then I listened to Analysis, Parapraxis, and Elvis, and I knew I had to have Somebody's Something. It's almost like playing a guitar and he's plucking certain strings that are influencing not just what I say to you as an idea and you run with, but how these walks finish and maybe what comes next.
Yeah, and it's like anything else. Like you'll find him and you'll find the things he's talking about when you're dealing with it, right? And you'll connect with it in different ways. So it might just be funny sometimes, but if you're dealing with something or you're working on something or you're building out a project that is about storytelling and looking at things from different angles, he's going to connect with you in different ways too. So it's an interesting way to go about it, and it's a cool way to frame storytelling, which is what I like the most about what we're doing.
You find what you're looking for. Like there was an algorithm in psychology before there was an algorithm in social media.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so on our last day at Country Day, I sort of flippantly said, I'm going to go write a book. It wasn't really my intent. Someday. Yet I knew that there was a story that I knew I had to get out. And the thing I don't think people understand is that you can't just decide I want to write something sometimes. Just like you can't just run a marathon, you have to practice. And in a lot of ways, these walks have been getting me ready for the 41st walk. And if you go back to the Kennedy baby, Jackie Kennedy gave birth on Cape Cod. Ella looked it up for me. It was Bourne Military Hospital because Patrick was early. Patrick died at Boston Children's Hospital. Jackie was still at the Bourne Hospital. And I can't stop thinking about President Kennedy at Boston Children's Hospital as his son was taking his last breaths alone. I don't know that anyone pays enough attention to what it is like for a father when an infant dies, because all the attention is on the mom.
Rightfully. But I think, it's a testament to you, and it's a testament to what we were talking about as far as how to look at things from another angle, that a story you've either told privately or held with you a lot of your adult life, you're looking at from a different angle, from others' perspectives. You're right. I think that a lot of these walks have prepared you for a story like this that carries so much weight and carries weight with others as well. And you're not isolating it to your story. And now you're framing it from a completely different view.
This is interesting because there's two things that come to mind when you say all that. The first is I wasn't brave enough to do my story alone, so I had to share it and walk with others. But I think it's really invaluable to hear 3 different couples talk about how similar their experiences were, and I hope people comment and tell us about their experiences. And there are parts of the story I haven't told yet because they involve other people. Part of my story is very much tied up in what ifs. And there are lots of what ifs to go around. But I'm not the person I am today. I'm not doing the work that I'm doing. I definitely didn't do the work at Country Day if I hadn't lost Nicholas. I don't have Ella if I hadn't lost Nicholas. And as a mom to you, as a dad, I want you to know I walk a really tight line between bad things happen and bad things have to happen to my kids, because that's what gives their life the richness to get to where we are. And the fear that we talk about in the walk, that once you have lost a child, and I feel compelled to say an infant child, even an infant child, because those of us that lost an infant sometimes feel like our grief isn't as good or as bad or as big. But when you have had that, the what if of something happening to your living child is immeasurably larger in a way that I don't know that you can make anybody else understand except somebody else who went through it. I've told the story of the kids jumping off the cliff, and so many people look at me like I'm just an overprotective, crazy mom. And then I told the story to Amanda, and she gasped. So all of that is to say that I don't have the courage to start this story without the people that I walked with. I don't have the courage to put this story out there except in the trust in your hands.
Well, that is flattering and humbling, to say the least. You asked me to sit next to you during this, and I feel like I shouldn't, let alone actually be part of telling that story. But it's something that I really hold close, and it's very meaningful to me to be a part of this whole project, let alone something so personal.
Right.
But it's also very fitting that in this turn into the home stretch of this, that it was always kind of the driving force, whether we were active with that or not, whether we joked around in some of them or not, whether we failed at some of them or not. We were kind of building up to this, and I'm really proud to be a part of it. I appreciate it.
I have said that I'm writing these for Grace and Ella someday, and that is true. And I write them for the people I walk with. This one's different. This one is for someone we don't know who might hear it and just need to know that what they're going through, whether it was 23 years ago, 8 years ago, or 2 days ago, they're not alone.
For those who were a part of it, we thank you. I thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate this one, and this is a really meaningful one, and I think kind of encapsulates a lot of what we've been going for in this entire project. I'm looking forward to the story and
because you
putting
don't
it together.
read it.
I don't read it. You read it to me.
When we walked with Parker, we hit this memory that I had of Bill Hogan, that he said, just love them when it comes to children. And I feel like we're adding a second phrase to that. Just love them so that they continue to love themselves. And I feel like that's what this is as well. Just love the parents, the siblings of childhood and infant loss, so they continue to love themselves and not get lost in the loss.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful to the courage of my friends who did this walk with me. I really do hope that at least one person out there sleeps better because we did it.
I hope you do too.
Thanks. It's an inexplicable grief that you don't put down, but I'm not sure you ever really put any grief down. It's how we keep them alive and how we love them. I love you.
Love you too.
Thanks for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you.